Flosstube channel, Thread the Needle. My name is Vani, and we are here for my Flosstube episode 78. It is the end of February, and it's kind of an odd month, obviously, because it's shorter. So I didn't get my regular 2-week span of stitching. So, but I did still get some progress made. And what I ended up doing was, from March 1st, I made that kind of like a flex day to kind of catch up on a few things that I wanted to get done in February. So let's start off with my focus piece. I know for a fact it's not going to get done for this year's anniversary. I think that was a lofty goal that I potentially had in mind. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I will still present it to him this year in a few weeks. And let him know that I'm working on it. And this, that just means I don't have to do it in secret anymore. I don't have to check and see if he's watching what I'm working on. So I am so excited with the progress that I have made on this in the month of February. In the last 2 weeks, I was able to complete 1,534 stitches on it. And for the total month of February, I did 2,305 stitches. Now, are we ready? I used my flex day March 1st to finish the area that I was, because I was so close to the page finish and to the row finish of the area that I was working on. So, okay, are we ready? First, I'm going to show you the area that I was working on, and then I'm going to show you the completed piece so far. So this is on 25 count 1/1 full cross. Here it is. Look at that. The whole top of the head is done. Look, it's all filled in. Done. And now do you want to see what the top of my head looks like too? There you go. So there's still quite a lot to go. I think next I'm going to do this section here to get the bottom of his face, and I'll go back over here to get the bottom of my face across. But yeah, super happy with how this is working out. I have to say, I don't know if it's the method that I decided to work on my rotation this year, but everything that I'm working on, I'm still excited to work on, if that makes any sense. Because I was finding a lot of the times, I don't know, maybe because I was forcing myself to try and get some kind of progress on something, that I wasn't enjoying it. But this one, even though I had a tentative goal set in mind, but I didn't pressure myself and say that you have to get this done. And I'm enjoyed it a lot more these last 2 months, and I hope I continue to enjoy it for the rest of the year. Now, so that was my main rotation. Then my secondary rotation is Ganesh, as you all know. Okay, I'm going to put these down. So Ganesh is also a labor of love, and as my secondary rotation, I try to get in at least 50 stitches a night, every night that I do pick up my stitching, and we've made some progress. Here we are. This is 22 count 2/1 full cross. And as you can see, I'm working on this diagonal right here to complete it. I think there's going to be a lot of confetti in this section right here, because anytime there's some of this jewelry coming out, there's a lot of confetti. And then I'll be able to finish this section here. So really, 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 really lovely. I just love it. It's a joy to pick up. The blues and the purples are my favorite colors to pick up in this one. And then I got to work on this section right here. But once that's done, I'll be moving on to the next diagonal. So I'm hoping that very soon, yeah, I think I can manage it soon. It's just a few more diagonals to get to the end. Look at that. Look at that. This is the end of the whole piece on this row. So then I only have this much left. I got... in the last 2 weeks, I put in 680 stitches, and for the month of February, I did 1,542 stitches. And we're way over 50% done on this project, so I'm very excited that when it becomes my main focus, I feel like it's going to go fast. Now, and the next piece that I've been working on is my retreat piece, Mini Meditation, with the focus of just wanting to finish that one section before my next retreat, and I have completed it, okay? I don't know why I don't do this ahead of time, but I should be unclipping it from all the frames ahead of time, but clearly I'm not. I'm doing this while I'm here. But, so I was able to finish the one section that I was working on, which was from my Stitch in London retreat. I still have to put on the little lettering or to identify which retreat that section is for. So I'm going to show you that piece first, and then I'm going to open it up. Okay. It is the very center of the project. Am I holding it up right? Yes. The very center of the project. So right here, this big square right here is finally done. I'm so excited. This is 22 count 2/1, and this is the completed piece so far. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do in my next retreat. Sometimes I combine two sections if they're smaller ones. For example, these two were combined together. These two sections I combined together. These two were combined together. And I think these two were combined together. And then these two were combined together. And this one by itself, obviously, because it's a larger piece, and this one by itself. So I'm trying to remember the shaping that I put, so I don't know if I can do one small square here and one rectangle here. I'll have to check the grid. But here is my retreat piece so far, mini meditation. In order to complete that square for the month of February, I put in 1,176 stitches. Really lovely. The colors on this are just so enjoyable to work on. So vibrant. And not until you put it in do you realize how it's all going to work. And I love that about cross stitch. Next up is my daily 50 rotation pieces. So that means that every 2 weeks I select a project to be my daily 50 piece, and I stitch 50 stitches a day, every day that I sit down to stitch. Because I've noticed I've averaged out in a month, this is your regular 30-day, 31-day month, I average out, I think, anywhere from, I'd say around 28 days. So there's about, give or take, 4 or 5 days where I don't stitch. And I think that's okay. Everyone needs a breather every once in a while. Or time to do a different hobby. Reading, knitting, crocheting, whatever is your other hobbies. So I'm happy with my progress. So my daily 50 project for this last 2 weeks was Arabian Princess. And I was able to complete 672 stitches on this. Now, this is a piece of fabric that I had in my stash. It is iridescent. It has a lot of sparkle in it. And a lot of you might ask, well, why are you stitching on that kind of fabric if it's all going to be covered up? What's the point? Do you know what the point is? The point is that I like to look at pretty things when I'm stitching, and I know I'm going to be stitching on this for a very long time, so it makes me happy. So this is 25 count, 1/1 full cross. Why did I pick 25 count? One, I had it in my stash. Oh, you can see the tag. It's Color Cascade Fabrics. One, I had it in my stash already, and I was too impatient to go find a different fabric. And two, this is a very large piece, so if I stitch it on 25 count, maybe I have a hope of it fitting on a wall somewhere. So there you go. I cannot wait to get more into when her face actually appears. It's going to be amazing. Then we move on to my main rotation pieces. And how does this work? So I spin the wheel, and out of my list of how many do I have in my main rotations, I've got, oh, in the front of the book, sorry. In my main rotations, I have about 10 or 12 pieces, and I spin my wheel, I get 500 stitches put on it, and then I put it down, spin the wheel again, and so on and so forth. So for the last 2 weeks, I was able to do 2 of those rotation pieces. Both were confetti heavy, like a lot. So The first one is Mini Little Dreamer's Tree. And I'm very, very happy with how this is coming out. This is definitely one of those pieces that when you're stitching up close, it looks like nothing. It looks like you're thinking to yourself, why am I putting these stitches here? They don't even make anything. It doesn't look like anything whatsoever. Then when you pull back and you look at the piece, I'm talking like you lay it on a table and you really need to step away, or you take a picture of it and then look at it later. That is when you realize what all that confetti stitching means. So this one, here is where I was able to put in 566 stitches. It took me a little bit more days. Normally, to get 500 stitches on a project, it takes me at least 3 days, sometimes 4. This one took a lot more. And you want to see what it looks like all together so far? So this is where it is. So doesn't it look like so much more interesting far away? Like you can actually see the tree houses, right? Look, this is a little hut or tree house in there. And I'm assuming more is coming. Now I did the mini version, so the detail is a little lacking. But at the end of the day, I still think it's going to look amazing. I love it. I think it's great. So, so lovely. Then the other piece that I was able to do was Mini Avarice. And I completed 505 stitches. This was so confetti heavy, as you can tell with the number of stitches that I completed. As soon as I hit the 500 mark, I said, yeah, I'm done. I needed a break. So here she is. It's so nice. And I completed the diagonal that I had already started, and I moved into the next one. And soon we're going to see the lady appear. And I cannot wait. I think the favorite part is going to be for me to work on her dress. Obviously that won't come for a long time, but I really, really love this piece. And I cannot wait to work on all the other pieces in the series. So I better get cracking. Mini Avarice. This is 22 count 2/1 full cross. Now, flex day. What does that mean? That means that some things that I was supposed to do in the month of February and then I didn't get a chance to, or I forgot, or I just wanted to finish that last little bit. Like on anniversary, I literally had just 500 stitches left in order to finish that, and I wanted to be able to show you a finished section before, because now today I can start a brand new section on that. So I used yesterday, March 1st, as a flex day, and I finished anniversary. The other part of my flex day I used to do my Christmas stitching because I completely forgot to stitch on it on the 24th and 25th of this month. So I have one Christmas piece that I'm working on, and I stitch on it every 24th and 25th of every month. If it's not set as a reminder in my phone, by the time I get home from work and finish home life and everything, and I sit down to stitch, totally forget that it's the 24th or the 25th. So I didn't do it this month, so I used my flex day to stitch on my Christmas piece. Now, I only got a few hundred stitches in, but progress is progress, and I'm happy with it. So it is very monotonous stitching because it is that peachy color. So I was able to stitch this much here. I think, yeah, I think it was under 300, but more than 250 stitches. So that's what I did. So I think this is also going to be getting more interesting as we go on. So looking forward to working more on that. And I've got the reminders set in my phone now. So hopefully it will all work out. So there you have it, everyone. That is my update for the month of February. For the end of February, I should say. And I'm happy with the plan that I have in place. It still seems to be working well for me, and I'm glad. So I'm going to keep going with it. Let's see how the next month, how that goes. What else do I have to share? I have something to share with you from Kaylee Tent Stitch. So Kaylee, my friend, has a shop, the sewing shop, and she sells a little bit of everything. She's fantastic, fabulous. Her fabrics are my absolute favorite. She uses multiple different techniques to dye her fabric. She has charts and kits and accessories and bits and bobs and everything on her website. Please go check her out. Now, I signed up for her, I think it's called like a mystery subscription. It's basically things that she's trying out and wants to get your take on it to see if it's something that, you know, she should put on a regular basis on her shop. So the last little bit that I in the subscription box that came was this most adorable embroidery set. It comes with these really beautiful scissors and embroidery measuring tape. It's so pretty. If I can get it out, there we go. Got it out of the plastic box. It's like antique rose. So pretty. So pretty. And I am always looking for measuring tape, and I never find it when I need it. So I need to keep this in my little stitching bag that I use for every day, because everyone knows these, right? Measuring tape, click the little button, and it goes back in. But look at the design on it. It's so pretty. So pretty. I love it. There you go. So, very exciting. And as an add-on to that, she also sent a mini chart. And it with some fabric. This is, oh, is that 25 count? Oh my gosh, maybe it is. DMC Ada, DMC Black 310, a needle, and here is the chart. Right? It's just a cute little saying. I don't know what language this is. I'm gonna say maybe Japanese. I'll have to check with her again. But apparently it means when you're not hungry, but you eat, so your mouth isn't lonely. So that, and it comes with the most amazing bag. Look at that. It's like just a little bag to put all your things in. So the scissors and the measuring tape are going in there. It's quite adorable. I love the fabric. And she also sent along a bunch of key fobs. So we have this one. Can you see that at all? How can I show these? Let's see. This one. And then this one. This one is adorable. There we go. And finally, this one. Kind of reminds me of Anna Green Gables, but it's totally not. So, thank you, Kaylee, once again, and I'm excited to see what comes in the next box. On to my March stitching, and I didn't really have a background, so I just wanted to pop in some of my finished pieces that I have on my wall around my house. This is SK Winter Wings, finished, completed a long time ago. Excuse me. This is SK Sunny, I believe. Both were framed at my local Michael's store. There's a wonderful lady who does a fantastic job, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And they hang on my wall all the time, and I love just seeing them. But I thought I would share with you today. So thanks for joining me here today, and until next time. Bye, everyone.